Okay. The Lord says, obedience is better than sacrifice. So, the reason for me even doing this right now is to be obedient to what He's asked me. He says that we're saved by the blood of the Lamb and by the power of our testimonies. How much power is in your testimony? Where have you seen God show up? Because for me, You've been showing up all my life. Granted, most times I try not to listen because I'm just that stubborn. That's just who I am. I seem to question everything. I seem to ponder, reflect on everything. He's done unspeakable things. I mean, you wouldn't even believe if I was to tell you the things that He's done to me, for me, and the power that He showed me. You know, I'm trying to speak with ones that have ears to hear and eyes to see. For I ain't worried about the views. I ain't worried about how many comments I get. I ain't worried about nothing but one person. It will help one person out there. He's a mighty God. And to His power there is no end. You know, a lot of people live off the, what I want to say, false narrative that wealth is blessings. When I can go in the backyard anytime I want to and pull out more wealth than anybody I know. I happen to be the wealthiest man that I know of. Because the sad truth is, nobody really wants to hear what you got to say. They want to live in their own little fantasy world on what they think. And you know, what I think. Even though I've just been around 54 years and I'm learning things every day. A lot of things I did in my arrogance of youth, but I'm still learning every day. So for anyone to act like what I think is the truth, they're mistaking themselves, because the Lord's been around forever and ever and ever. There's no beginning, there's no end. Lord, what do you want me to know? There's so much. I don't even know how to begin. And a lot of people, they don't care to even try to see the truth. They go ahead and be delusional with the lie. Like here, I don't even know how many people I've really got that's real out there. I mean, I got so many fake people on my account. I know I can't keep an account. All my accounts keep getting stolen. My bank accounts, I can't keep nothing as far as that goes. Now, not saying that my needs ain't supplied, because like I said, I got more than anybody I know. And it's already there. It's not like I have to go look for it either. He's already supplied my every need. So there's things that I'm wanting to do. Like Cleveland really needs a caring homeless shelter here. People need to feel the love of God, which is sort of hard to feel out here because everybody's too into themselves. So, let's see. Testimony. Okay. I already said, I remember I told y'all about when I escaped on 9/11. I'll carry it on. I'll carry it on from there. About 2 days later, after I escaped, I'm going down the highway in an old red 68 a GMC. It was an old GMC. Nice truck. No rust, no just. But my tags were bad, and I just broke out of jail. Well, I'm cruising down the highway. I was going to go see my buddy up in North Carolina. Well, the Lord started talking to me and started telling me on how arrogant I was actually being, because I was being arrogant. I just broke out of jail. I thought it was cool. I had a pocket full of money, a nice truck, and was cruising down the highway. I thought everything was good because, like I said, I just escaped. I had to get out. So I had to get, something's going on. Well, so he started talking to me, and I just didn't want to hear it, so I just crank up the radio, trying not to hear it. But him being the God that he is, and as merciful as he is, he wouldn't let me just not hear it. So what he did is something that he know what to do exactly. He threw a state trooper right on my tailgate. Next thing you know, I'm seeing a state trooper right there, and I know I have bad tags. I know I just escaped, and the radio went down. And I just started listening. And he was telling me on how I was being arrogant. I was being high-headed, that I did nothing but live what he wrote in for me. That I just chose to react on what he had me to do. Now, I could have chose not to react, and things could have went a whole lot different. But as far as all I did was choose to react to what he was telling me. And as I'm riding on down the highway, this state trooper, he comes over and he comes up beside me, and then there's another one right behind me, and I'm still going down the highway, and he's telling me that I fear the wrong things, that I worry about these police that's sitting there when he's the controller of everything. That it don't matter what they want, because it ain't got nothing to do with them. They can't do what they want to do if he don't want them to do it. See? So as he's telling me this, he puts that one state trooper and puts him in front of me, and there's two of them. There's two of them beside me, and then I got two of them behind me, so I'm boxed in going down the highway. But he's still telling me that I'm going to allow. He said, I'm going to allow you to go visit your buddy. He said, after you visit your buddy, I want you to go straight to Wisconsin. I'm going to let you stay out till Christmas. But then after Christmas, I want you to turn yourself in. You walk in, I will walk you out. If you choose not to walk in, you ain't going to like what happens. And boy, I tell you, he fulfilled his part. I went there to see my buddy, and I went on up to Wisconsin. And I had 6 months and more being surrounded every day by the police. Every day having to get away. It's where when I was reading in the book of Psalms, I understand King David, Saul was the police, and they were setting all kinds of crazy traps. I get all that because that's how it was working. So I could read the book of Psalms and get strength because I could see everything that was going on. But every day, he allowed me to get away. And even one time when I was playing hide and go seek with my daughter, next thing you know, I see a bunch of cops coming, and I zoomed out and I took off, and I could hear her in the background, you know, saying, "Daddy, Daddy," and you know, that's just the life I was living. It really messed my daughter up, and they really helped. They got her messed up bad now, which you'll probably hear about that later, because that's part of the testimonies and the power of her testimony, and I've got so many testimonies. Anyway, I just got through running all day, you know, going through creeks, running through woods. I mean, just got hounded all day. It was getting night time, you know, and it was midnight when I made it home. I made it back by midnight, and my old lady was over by the neighbor, because what I did is how we got to meet our neighbors. I had to go through her apartment to get out to go on down the road. So I went through her apartment, and she's sitting there with her kids, you know, and playing a game or whatever. And here I go, not even, you know, her not even know me. I'm walking through her house, and I just go out her front door, you know. I said, "Excuse me," you know, as I'm walking by. And then I guess that's why, you know, my old lady went over and started talking to her to, you know, explain what happened. Well, anyway, when I showed up, I seen them. They were still there, over there talking to the neighbor. I could see them through the window. So I went on up, you know, and Sierra came with me, because I come in, and she got a little excited. So, you know, we went over to our apartment, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm washing my face, and I'm trying to just get my head together, and all of a sudden, you hear boom, 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 and there goes my little girl. You know, she run to the door, run back to me. She run to the door, she run back to me, and she's like, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, they're here, and I'm like, I know, baby. I said, just listen. When we had a dog that was pretty vicious, especially when it came to police. So I told her, I said, when you go open the door, I said, just don't talk to nobody, and go get your mama." Well, anyway, she went out the door, and boy, you could see them really going at it. Hold on a minute.